Yo, what's good, Girl413 here back in the day, and today, guys, I'm here to tell you how to get the brand new Mazda Rx7 Spirit R in Need for Speed Payback. I am so excited about this car finally coming to the game. It's like Christmas morning. It has got me all riled up, and I cannot wait. But anyway, though, some of you guys may have been driving around Fortune Valley, and all of a sudden you see a really cool car driving down the road by, one of the roaming racers, and you're like, man, I want to get that car. So you run over to the nearest dealership to see if you can buy it, but unfortunately, the car is not available for purchase. So you go ahead and you check the next dealership and the next dealership and so on and so forth until finally you get to the last one and it's not available for purchase. So you start thinking to yourself, well, what the crap? Why does that roaming racer get the car but I can't buy it? Well, finally, 6 of these cars are going to be attainable in the game through a new free content update called Abandoned Cars. Now, Abandoned Cars is going to be very similar to bait crates, where essentially you show up, you get in the car, and you drive off. But once you're in the car, you actually have to go ahead and lose the cops. But once you do lose the cops, the car is yours to keep. And after you go ahead and you have the car in your hands, it'll also be available for purchase at the dealerships, which that has got me super excited because it actually says right here in the wording of this article that it is the dealership of your choice, which leads me to believe that every single one of these cars is going to be able to be upgraded to any spec, which has got me really excited because imagine an off-road RX-7. Imagine it. That is going to be so freaking cool. I cannot wait for it. I cannot wait for it. But anyway, though, let's go ahead and hop on in to all of the cars that you're going to be able to obtain. So first up, what we have is we have the Rx7 Spirit R with only 1,500 of these ever being built and 1,000 of those being the hardcore spec A, which has got me feeling like, oh my gosh, everybody realized how great of a car this is, and we better get the hardcore version because you already know it's a waste to not get it. So this car came stock with forged BBS wheels, an adjustable rear wing, and Bilstein shocks, so you already know that this car was ready for the track. Only one of them, though, was ever built to be a left-hand drive model, and this was built for Mazda North America's Senior VP, Robert Davis. So it's going to be very interesting to see if we get a left-hand drive model or a right-hand drive model, because if we do get the left-hand drive model, then we know whose car it was. Because there was only one of them ever built, which would be really cool to see. As well, if we do have the left-hand drive model, it means that Robert Davis actually lended his car to Need for Speed to be scanned and, sort of use that to build their in-game model of the car, which is really cool to think about. Next up, what we have is the Volvo 242 DL, which was actually revealed to be in Need for Speed Payback back in August before the game even came out, as it was shown in an off-road race gameplay trailer. So most people thought it would be here, but now its time has finally come and we finally get in it. Oh man, it's gonna be so amazing. Next up, we have another Volvo, being the Volvo Amazon P130. This Volvo, in my opinion, just screams 1950s German styling and was actually the first car to have front seat belts as standard equipment. And I guess, it wouldn't be Volvo if it wasn't safe. Am I right, though? Am I right? Next up, what we have is the Plymouth Barracuda, which I am really hoping it is going to be the 3rd generation, because man, the 3rd generation looks so much better than the 1st and 2nd, which it's honestly, the 1st generation Barracuda actually was launched 2 weeks before the Ford Mustang came out, but people just weren't really excited about it. But that Mustang, though, oh, it had the styling and everybody was like loving it and was so excited, and so it actually outsold it so much that, the Plymouth Barracuda was just not really purchased, which has led it to being one of the most expensive collector cars today and being one of my favorite American muscle cars, which, as you guys know, I'm not necessarily the biggest American muscle car fan, so that is definitely saying something. Next up, what we have is the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR, which was a successful car on the track, and the 2000 GTR was the most powerful Skyline of its time, being stripped to make it as light as possible and putting out, I think it was about 160 horsepower, which at the time was pretty damn good. The car was fairly successful on the track until 1971, when Mazda released the RX3, putting an end to its winning streak. Then finally we have the BMW M3 Evolution II, another car announced in the same trailer as the 242DL. So that's two cars that were announced way back in August that weren't in the original game, which is kind of bizarre to actually see that happen. Producing 217 horsepower, this car was the second most powerful M3 of its generation, only being overshadowed by the Sport Evolution model, which put out approximately 18 more horsepower for a grand total of 235. So anyway though, guys, that is going to be an amazing time. I cannot wait to go start hunting these cars. It is going to be amazing. It is going to be amazing. And then the first car, of course, is going to be the Rx7 Spirit R, with some other cars coming in the later weeks. But anyway though, let me know down in the comment section down below which one of these cars you guys are most excited about. As well, if you guys want to, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at twitter.com/Gurr413 and Instagram.com/Gurr413. And if you like this video, go and make sure to hit that like button down below for us, because you guys already know your support is so greatly appreciated. And make sure to subscribe for more videos coming out all the time. And thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.